Hi, I'm JP.
And I'm Adam.
I've never seen Lost.
I have.
I'm told that it's good.
I liked it.
I'm told that it made sense.
Sort of.
But we're watching it out of order.
So it definitely won't make sense.
But it might still be good. Since we won't expect it to make sense, we'll still be able to appreciate each episode on its own merits as a 1-hour story.
Sometimes 2 or 3.
As opposed to just a fraction of an ongoing, sprawling, and increasingly complex tangle of relationships, personal stories, mysteries, mythologies, experiments, social dynamics, unnatural disasters, unanswered questions, and hot tropical hookups.
Are you okay?
I'm not sure.
Because you lost me a little bit there at the end.
Well, good, because I've been lost since the beginning. We're Lost on Lost.
Welcome, everybody, to Lost on Lost. I'm Adam Busher, and damn it, Danny, he's a surgeon, not an anesthesiologist. It's J.P. Russell.
That's a pretty good joke. That's me.
So it is, at time of recording, March.
Yeah.
The end of March. You just got 6 inches of snow in Milwaukee?
We got like 10 inches of snow in Milwaukee. This is horse shit.
The winter that never ends. It's 65 degrees here. I'm going to go for a run after we get done recording.
Eat my whole ass.
You're the worst, Busher.
That is true. Today we are talking about Not in Portland, the 7th episode of Season 3 and the 56th episode of Lost overall. Our centric character is everyone's favorite queen of manifesting your dreams, Dr. Juliet Burke. Not in Portland takes place on the 73rd day after the crash of Oceanic Flight 815. JP?
Yes.
Do you have a recap?
Of course.
Let's have it.
On the island, science! More or less. Jack uses Benry as a meat shield for Kate and Sawyer to make their escape from the others. Don't go on the Lost forums for this episode. Real-life doctors saw this episode full of TV surgery and are not happy about it. But you know who is happy? Carl. He's at the sickest rave that's ever existed. Hey, Carl, we gotta plurt this heater so we can trace the come down. Now come pick up your trips candy. We gotta trance to the label. That's raver speak, I think. In the before times, Juliet gets her sister pregnant. There's no other way to phrase that information. Juliet's having some problems at work, but they're nothing a public bus driver can't fix. The population of Portland is 641,162, now one less since Donnie has moved away. He's not in Portland. Adam.
Yeah.
We have a guest.
Oh, yeah?
First time on the show. First time hearing us record the show.
That's this guy.
Your friend, my friend, and soon-to-be audience friend. Everybody, please welcome Jon Weiss.
Hey, thank you, everybody. Hi. I'm so happy to be here.
We are so happy to have you.
It's just, honestly, so nice to be here. So nice to see you guys. I'm excited to talk about Lost, a show I've not really ever seen. So great. Let's do it.
Like, at all? Like, not even, like, 1 or 2 episodes here or there?
I watched, like, the first season with my dad. I remember there being a crash. I remember there being something about a polar bear, and that's what I'm coming in with.
Excellent.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. That's really all we've talked about.
You are 100% ready to talk about a Season 3 episode.
Yes. It's going to be so good.
Did your dad like Lost? Was he a big Lost head?
I asked him about it because I told him I was doing this podcast, and he watched like the first season or 2, and then he completely fell off. But I ended up watching the entire thing because his coworkers kept bugging him. He's like, "No, you gotta watch it. It's so good." And so he did. And he's like, "It was meh."
It was just mid as hell.
Man. Yeah.
So then, what do you watch other than Lost? Since you didn't watch Lost, what type of TV do you normally dig into?
Do you want to say like now, being like 100% dad now, or do you want like
What?
before?
Both. Let's do.
You just watched World War II documentaries, right? Now that you're a dad.
And just the first half of them because you fall asleep in the middle.
That is accurate. But no, honestly, like this is going to be such a weird plug here, but Bluey is like the greatest children's show. I'm wearing a shirt right now. It's so good. Check it out.
That's with the dog, right?
Yeah, the Australian dog family.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yep, the healers.
Gotcha.
There's an episode that somebody sent to me that also has children where another puppy is teaching the puppy how to play army.
Oh, yeah.
But the main character is like a Jack Russell, so he keeps calling him Russell. So he was Cadet Russell. And there's a clip where he's like, "Where's your hat, Cadet Russell?" He's like, "I forgot it, Sarge." He's like, "That's all right. You can have mine." That was just my experience in Iraq because Reyes had to show me around everywhere and I didn't have any of the right things. He's like, "Here you go, Russell. Don't die."
Oh, so you just lived an episode of Bluey. It was perfect.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So, John, when you're not watching children's educational programming.
yeah,
What
yeah.
kind of stuff do you find yourself gravitating toward?
It kind of a variety. So like the wife and I are keeping up with Mandalorian. We also just finished Shrinking, the new Apple
Hell
show with
yeah.
Jason Segel and Harrison Ford, which was surprisingly good.
What do you guys say? You want to talk about Lost?
Yes.
Excellent. Let's do it.
Let's do the thing.
Not in Portland originally aired on February 7th, 2007. It was written by Carlton Cuse and Jeff Pinkner and directed by Stephen Williams. Carlton Cuse made The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr., which rules, but he also made the Amazon series Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, so he's a CIA propagandist, which sucks. Jeff Pinkner is probably most well known for his work on Fringe, which rules, but he also wrote the 2017 film The Dark Tower with Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey, which sucks. Stephen Williams is one of Lost's primary directors, and his brother Peter was Apophis on Stargate SG-1.
Apophis!
Now that I know this, I will mention it every time he directs. Quick note about this episode 7 of Season 3. This was the first episode that aired after a 13-week hiatus following...
Holy shit.
Yep, following the mini-season that began Season 3, the little 6-episode arc that they did at the beginning of Season 3 in the fall, which wrapped up in like mid-November, and then this episode coming back in. So put that in your head. You're a Lost fan. Back in 2007. You've just gotten the new Nickelback CD and you're feeling great. Lost is finally coming back after over 3 months off the air. You're very, very excited.
God.
And this is what is presented to you on that fateful Wednesday night.
Man, I wish I would have been able to get in that headspace before I even like attempted to watch this. Like, man, I feel like that would change things. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah. Well, it's been a while since we've seen the one before this. So
that's true. We ourselves have seen I Do. And then, fuck, that was a minute ago. This episode opens in flashback.
Yeah, which they're doing the thing where they're trying to convince you it's not a flashback. Oh,
Yeah.
I did like that. That got me because I didn't know otherwise. Because like the little flashing light and the very dark hallway that she's walking through past the beach scene, I guess.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I
There's
thought it
the
was well
little,
done.
yeah. There's the little opening tableau.
Yeah.
She's sitting on the beach there with just the sun, and then or the sunset, and so she goes into this thing.
I have 9 pages of notes about the cinematography because I was like, there's way too much light. We've established that the beach and where the sun rises and sets, and then it was all for naught. Anyways, so anywho.
She goes inside. She passes Ethan, which, again, for those of us on the podcast, confirms that it's a flashback because Ethan be dead.
Yeah, the local repressed memory, Ethan.
When he walked by, I'm like, I feel like I should know that person just because of like how the camera panned to him, like
Right.
how everything happened. I was like, should I know him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in Mission Impossible 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, got it now.
It's Tom Cruise's cousin. So she's in this weird place. I always write down where these scenes happen in my notes so that I can sort of keep
same.
track. So like I wrote beach, and then I have that scratched off, and I was like Hydra Island, then I scratched that out. Then then I just switched it to flashback, and then I ended up leaving that, and then she walks past Ethan and then goes into a room.
Yeah, like a recovery room or something, it looks like.
She prepares to administer medicine to this woman, who we here on the show know is her sister, Rachel.
Sure.
I think
that's right.
I think that's right. They have a little bit of discussion about like, oh, you don't want so-and-so to know, and like, you're going to get better. And,
Also, don't fall asleep with candles lit. Okay,
Don't do it.
That's
a
good
safety
advice.
issue.
That's really good advice.
Yeah, that's actually it. Really is.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the whole. I think the whole episode is don't leave.
Don't fall asleep with candles. Actually,
that's
I recently discovered this. I was given a candle with a wood wick for the holidays, for a holiday gift, and they crackle when they burn, like kind of almost like a fireplace or something like that. It adds not only to the scent, but then the sound that creates a bigger aesthetic for whatever. But it also, you can hear it burning. Unlike a cotton wick candle where it's just burning silently. So like it's really hard to forget that you have a candle burning if it has a wooden wick, which I think is a kind of unintended safety feature of the wood wick candle.
Sponsor us, Pier 1, you fucking cowards.
You should come with me or whatever. I don't want to leave the beach or whatever. It's
Yeah.
Miami. There's always beaches. So I guess it's actually Miami.
The reveal of the window opening, just because like it seemed like such a decrepit hospital, like the lights don't work, the walls are very dark, everything's
Yeah.
gloomy, and then you just open up, oh, it's Miami, and it's like you got the beach life literally right outside. It's like all the lights. It's just crazy. Like the transition's pretty good.
I wanted when the curtains opened to just like Cuban dance music, like just like pumping in the background. Like
That would have been better, yeah.
Yeah, Juliet gives her sister a shot, which she does not take like a champ. She whimpers way more than an adult typically would for a small shot in the stomach.
I mean,
What do you mean small shot?
Yeah, that's a big needle.
I don't know, man. I've been poked with army needles. They're rusty and
that's
bigger and go in your ass.
So she gives the shot. It's Miami. And then we cut back to the island. This is the interior of the Hydra station. This is how episode 6 of season 3 ended. Ben's on the table. He's purposely bleeding out thanks to Dr. Shepard. Jack's trying to get Kate to bail. She's like, I don't want to leave you, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Kate, run, damn it, run.
So Tom tells Juliet, he's like, hey, just fix Ben, like, let's circumvent Jack's big bad plan here. You deal with it.
Yeah.
And she can't. She's not a surgeon.
Jack says, she can't do this. She's not a surgeon. And I was like, you chauvinistic. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's not actually qualified. That's fine.
She can do anything. Oh, no, wait. You're right, actually. She doesn't
okay.
have the
That's
training.
fair.
Fair. That would have been some shit. She can't do it. She's a woman.
Then you have the Lost, like, big dramatic music play, the reveal. Boom. Jack's a pig.
Yeah.
Against them the whole time.
He says that, and even Tom's like, damn, dude, what?
What the fuck?
Maybe let's cut this guy loose. We don't want him hanging out.
Ben wakes up from anesthetic. Dude, that's fucked up.
Dude, that's fucked up.
Oh, man. Sawyer and Kate beat up the goons that are holding them, and they run off into the jungle.
I loved the shot of Sawyer pounding Danny's head into the electric button.
Yeah,
like,
that's good.
What is that button? Like, I didn't understand the significance of, like, what he was, like, ramming the guy's head into.
John, it's a experiment button for polar bears that's hooked up to food and electricity. How did you not get that from the scene?
Ah, damn, guys. You know what? I'll go back. Yeah.
It's pretty obvious if you just
Pay attention.
These are these cages that Kate and Sawyer have been locked in, and they got to get let out. And Danny is the king goon there, and he's especially like a cock. And so
Yeah.
I loved him. Like he's hammering his head into, and Kate's like, Sawyer, wrap it up. And he's like, let me get in a couple more cheap ones before we fail.
Oh, and Jack tells her, when you're safe, tell me the story that I told you when we first met. That's how I'll know that you're safe.
It's all very, very, very good plan. Very well thought out. Juliet sends a dude, apparently his name is Jason, after Kate. So he's like, just go get them, bring them back.
Yeah.
Jack, I know everything about Jack. He would never just let somebody die on the table. He's too good of a doctor for that. And if you need to, just kill the two of them. And I was like, damn, Juliet, that's nice. Cool.
Shit.
Ain't you supposed to be a doctor? And you're out here just saying, just fuck them people up? All right.
Do the most harm.
Yeah. You're a doctor, and you're supposed to not do any harm. And you've gotten to a point in your life where you're like, go ahead, kill people. How do you know Jack's not at that point in his life?
Yeah.
Shit's fucking happened to him.
Cold open flashback.
Yep. Flashback.
Security level 5.
Oh, God. Juliet gets us a phone call. Her appointment with Midlos Bioscience is confirmed.
What time are they confirming? Like, it's nighttime, baby.
11:30
How late
PM?
is this office open? Jesus.
2:30 in the morning. Who knows? Yeah.
And remember back in the day when we actually used to have the ringer on our cell phones? What an arcane time.
That's my favorite thing about going to the movie theater is like, and be sure to silence your cell phone. I was like, I don't even think my cell phone has a ringer.
Yeah, if mine started ringing, I'd be like, whose fucking phone is that? Like, my phone's been on silent since 2012.
Exactly.
See, I get yelled at that like almost every day when my wife tries to call me and like, well, it's on silent. That's how it's supposed to be.
It's not supposed
Right.
to.
No. Yeah.
She's like, you're a father. Turn that shit on.
Oh, damn it. She got me again.
It's like, I'm trying to watch my World War II documentary and take a nap. Would you calm down?
John's got the Hogan's Heroes fucking theme as his ringtone.
So she's in there snatching some medicine. Apparently she's not supposed to be doing this because it's all sneaky.
Real quick on this medicine.
Yeah.
On the bottle itself, it says something like use only for dilutant or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's not actually medicine.
What is it?
It's a drug dilutant.
What is
Oh.
It's filler. It's drug filler. You have the active ingredient, and then you like put the dilutant in it to like actually have it like give mass or
that?
like
Oh, so it's like saline.
Oh.
I don't know. Like again, I am no doctor. I don't know this shit. I just like looked up the word. I'm like, I don't know that word that's on that bottle.
Wait, John, you're not a doctor?
Oh shit! Did I need to tell you that before I came on?
God damn it,
We'll,
Adam.
we'll put a disclaimer in.
Okay, sounds good.
Anyways, hey, if you're a fucking scientist or you mess with vials of stuff and you can give us some insight, email us at we'relostonlost@gmail.com.
That's right. Yeah, so shoot us some info. She almost gets caught by, I just wrote some pig because there's some dude coming in here with a chick and he's all like, look at how impressive my lab is. Do you want a bone on top of this cooler?
Let me show you my Bunsen burner.
Oh God, so gross.
Edmund is so gross that I like the character a lot. Like just because they do it so well, like they make him so despicable.
Yeah.
But Zelko, yeah, but you're right. This dude, the actor rules, and he does such a great job of being a colossal piece of shit. And Edmund, the character, has severely outkicked his coverage with both his ex-wife, who is Juliet,
Yes.
and this new woman, because they are thousands of times too hot of women to be with him.
Yup.
It's insane. He's using everything he can with that like university director position or whatever he is.
Yeah, right. Just like I'm a powerful, rich white man. It does not matter what I look like. Women flock to me.
yeah.
Women love power and money, and I have both.
It's wild.
What is it? That's from Spaceballs. You're attracted to money and power, and I have both, and you know it. Yeah, he's like, hey, what are you doing here? And she's like, I messed up some stuff. And he's like, bail. I'm gonna bang this chick anyway, even though you almost caught us.
Okay, I do have to say, like, this was actually what sold it for me on like the guy's performance. But the last line he says in that scene, in like how it's delivered, is Jules, turn off the lights. Like, it also like because it makes me think too, like, was Juliet? Is that how they got together? Is he showed her the lab?
Oh
like,
shit.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the move. This is the move he used. And then when he cheated on her and they got divorced, was that the move he used? Like, this is his move.
I buy it. I buy that 100%. We come back to the island. Juliet explains to Jack about Hydra Island, that the Kate and Sawyer aren't going to get anywhere because they're not on their island. They're on the separate island. So she spills the beans about Hydra Island being a separate island. And then Jack snitches on her. And he's like,
Yeah.
this was fucking Juliet's idea. Like, I'm 100% on board. But she was like, when you do surgery on Ben, just fucking kill him and make it look like an accident.
It was so cool to me that it was unknown for me the entire episode of like, did Juliet actually tell him to do that?
Sure.
Or was Jack just like a bald-faced lie?
Yeah.
Which made it kind of fun for me.
Yeah. Actually, that would have been kind of cool. Like, Jack throws that down, and then maybe, like, in an episode later, we have a flashback. Take that scene from earlier in season 3, make that a flashback later, and be like, oh, shit, Jack was telling the truth. He didn't just have... Like, that wasn't just a move. Yeah.
From like Jack's point of view, how confused he is, where it's like, this is your idea, and now you're throwing me under the bus, so fuck you. I'm going to throw you right back under the bus.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
And again, I didn't have that context. So like when it was first said, like, oh, Jack made this up. Smooth move, like that was slick. That was awesome.
Nice. Yeah. That's an excellent move. Yeah. That's a survivor move. That's how you stay ahead of the game, you know, thinking on your feet and shit like that. Speaking of not thinking on his feet, the dude Jason finds Danny with his electrocution concussion happening.
Yeah.
Like, get up, what happened? And Danny actually has a point here. He's like, let me out. And the dude's like, wait, what happened? And he's like, open the cage. Like,
Who cares?
You can talk and open the door at the same time. We're like, go. We're wasting time here. That's a very short scene. We come back to Kate and Sawyer on the move.
Yeah.
They get to the beach and they see the island.
Right.
Sawyer knew about this. This was another thing that happened in the beginning of season 3. Ben told them that they were on Hydra Island. Jack knows about Hydra Island. Everybody knows about Hydra Island except Kate. Sawyer did tell Kate. Apparently, she didn't necessarily believe him or something. I don't know. So, like, the radio goes and... Kate, are you okay? Jack, are you okay? Sawyer just in the background. Yeah. Tell him I said hi. Like, what are you doing?
Right. Like, Sawyer has a lot of annoying shit that he says in this one. That one he gets a pass on. That's a good one.
That was really good. Tell him I said hi. Like, what?
Right. What's the weather like where you are? Hurry up. And Kate's like, we need a boat. I think Juliet said it's 2 miles to the other island. So it's like, okay, well, you're not going to fucking swim that
swim in
hurry. And so they're talking about this, and then the fucking radio just gets shot out of Kate's hand.
Death to radios.
We're gonna spend the next 45 minutes talking about this.
You might as well call him fucking Danny Oakley. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there it is! There, he got it! He got it! Thank you, Adam. Thank you.
Somehow Danny manages to shoot the radio and destroy it without injuring Kate on the first shot from, 25 yards away with a pistol?
Right, yes. And then the foot chase that ensues, they are within 100 feet of each other at all times, and nobody can hit anybody. And I'm like,
It's like trees 5 feet to the left of them. Like, it's just insane,
Right,
like how bad
right.
they missed the rest of it.
No, I literally wrote down Stormtrooper aim. Like, that was so bad.
Unless it's a radio.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'll hit that radio, yeah.
part of me is like, he was aiming for her face and then missed and was like, oh, damn, that was actually pretty cool.
Jason's like, nice shot, Danny. I was trying to shoot her in the neck.
Even if he had the fucking Oswald angle where, like, he's not, like, it's the perfect shot, that thing exploding in her hand is just gonna send pieces of, like, radio shrapnel around. Like, there's no way you get out of that unscathed.
She should have, it would have blown off her finger or something. Like, so it's like, okay, we got to get back to escaping. Forgot we were running. And so they bail. So they're running through the woods. Jason and Danny and all these folks are just like blasting the trees and they hide. Sawyer fires off his last couple of rounds.
Yep,
he
he's out.
misses.
The guy ducks very quickly.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, if you duck, you can always just
You can
get
always
around a
miss.
bullet real quick.
It's actually pretty easy to dodge gunfire. I don't know if people out there know this. But you know what's hard is not easy to dodge? Rocks.
Oh.
Especially when you got a fucking surgeon with a slingshot.
Yeah. Some guy's got Kate dead to rights and a fucking rock just domes him. He's out. Alex, our fucking wood nymph,
That's
pops
right, well-
out of the fucking jungle.
Welcome back to the show, Alex.
So I didn't know who this was, so I called this the female Indiana Jones. She just has this very Indiana Jones vibe with this like I expected her to pull out a whip too, because she had like the slingshot, she had like the trap door thing, and she had this like satchel that she probably has a golden idol in. It's like
It's weird that you went to Indiana Jones, this really obscure thing that no one's ever heard of, and not Sheena from 1984, but we'll get there.
I was about to ask about that too. What the hell is she? I thought that was her name until they corrected it later.
No, I went down a Sheena hole of my own.
Oh my god. That's
I watched the behind the scenes of Sheena. It's got some problems. It's not a good movie.
Sheena, Alex, hides Kate and Sawyer in a spider hole that she has dug. They get away. Danny and Jason get bamboozled and bail. They went this way. You guess. Don't say that with the conviction that you did. You say, I think they went this way. Let's be
Or
honest.
maybe I'll go that way.
Right. Let's split up. Well, because I might have lost. Whatever.
Yeah.
He's gunning for promotion right there. Like he said that with complete conviction. He's like, it doesn't matter, Gus, and I have to look confident. There we go.
There you go.
Did it.
So, act as if.
Remember when the others used to be this, like, they walk silently, they can sneak up on you at any time, and you never know where they are, and they are the jungle, and now they're just like, oh, he waited that away, and like,
Blasting! I saw the survivors. I started blasting. That's why God gave me a gun. That's why God gave me another gun.
Clint.
My night table at the end of the night just like clank, 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 clank.
Oh my god, yeah, it feels like they're two very different villain sets at this point.
I feel like it's the reveal. It's like, okay, now they know we're not these bumpkin backward survivor whatever. So now we can just be open and honest about the fact that we're like these gun-toting maniacs. Come back to the Hydra station. Ben wakes up.
Yeah.
That's a thing that can happen. I just put a question mark on it because I was really unbelieving in that moment until later, but whatever.
I feel like he could be awake, right? But he should not be coherent. They kind of like try to sound a little bit, but like he's way too coherent to like just coming out of like complete drugged up state.
Right.
The Lostpedia page for this episode is full of medical inaccuracies, including Ben wasn't intubated, so without intubation, Jack would not be able to monitor basic respiratory functions such as CO2 buildup and would have no method of ensuring prolonged sedation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, basically, Jack says something about, oh, he's going to be dead in 40 minutes, which everybody acts like it's a literal fucking clock.
Right.
Ben's like, Hey, since I only got 40 minutes, could you please go get that biatch Juliet for me? I have some words to say to her trifling ass.
Yeah, Juliet, I got some questions for you. First of all, how dare you? Cut to a flashback. Edmund and Juliet are talking. Edmund wants to get in on Juliet's research. He had the wherewithal to know or realize that she was lying about one of the reasons she was in the lab. And, after he got done doinking that new research assistant, he was like, now I got to get in on some medical research.
Real quick note, I love that Sherry, the girl that Edmund was boinking, is the one that sends her up to Edmund's office.
Oh, yeah. That's a real fuck you.
That's right. Do you work here? Yeah, I'm the new research assistant. Of course you are.
Yep.
I'm going to go talk to my ex-husband, the pervert.
Basically, Edmund's like, listen, I want in on what you're doing. If you don't let me in on it, I'm basically going to sound the alarm because this is potentially ethically and criminally dubious.
Mm-hmm.
But if you let me in on it, I will use my connections to make this all legit, but I'm going to get very rich for doing no work is basically the subtext.
Yeah. He ties it all together. He's like, we'll drink champagne and go to parties and help a lot of people. So he had the very subtle real thing right at the end where he's like, okay, yes, step number one is be rich and famous. But we will help people, which is also good.
Sure.
A 100% piece of shit wouldn't have said that part. So I'm going to put him at like a 96-ish.
I mean, he still works for Big Pharma, so fuck that guy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's probably fucking, he's a stockholder in Eli Lilly and shit like that.
Well, I think this is the scene where we find out that, her research is fertility and that she's trying to get her sister pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the same time, her sister has, cancer, right?
Yeah.
And, okay, I understand that her sister wants a child, but her sister has cancer?
Yeah.
Right.
The baby could not survive the treatments, I don't believe.
Probably not.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are done to pregnant women on this show.
So I guess we're going back to, there are some ethics things about it.
Yeah.
We come back to the Hydra. Tom goes and gets Juliet. Ben wants to talk to her.
Cut to the hidey hole.
Yep. Kate and Alex and Sawyer.
This is one of the biggest shows on television, and this is
Correct.
an honest-to-God exchange of real dialogue between named characters. Is this a hobby of yours, underdog? Digging holes? Yeah, that and basket weaving. Want one? What the fuck is going on?
I was like, oh, Sawyer's kind of met his match with somebody who's got some sass here. Yeah, it's stupid, but
None of it makes sense!
he's not used to people talking back like that.
Talking back, all she says is basket weaving.
He said he made a joke about her digging holes, and then he called her underdog, another bonkers dated reference. Alex is like, hey, I have a boat. You guys need a boat. I got a boat. Here's the thing, though. My boyfriend is captured, and I would like you to help me break him out. And Sawyer's like, you mean Carl? And she's like, do you know Carl?
Yeah, we met Carl.
And that's the thing is, this just, Sawyer knows everybody on this island, apparently.
Yeah.
Sawyer has a secret power, and it's just knowing everybody's name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sawyer met Carl at one point. They were in the cages together. They had a good old time. That's why he knows where Carl's at. Cut back to the operating theater. Ben wants to talk to Juliet alone. He's like, hey, since I'm going to die soon anyway, can I just talk to her alone? It's another one of these, you can't do that, but I want to. I said no, please. Okay.
Okay. You're really pretty.
So Jack and Tom go to the observation deck to observe Ben and Juliet talking in the operating theater. I'm Tom, by the way. Thanks,
Yeah.
Tom.
Thanks.
Again, if the show was on HBO. I'm Tom, by the way. Fuck off.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Did I fucking ask? The conversation seems to be tense. She gets up. She puts her face in her hands. So whatever. We can't hear it. Juliet comes out of the operating theater.
Clearly upset, you know.
She's like, okay, so Tom, you and Jack can go proceed with the surgery. I'm going to go help Kate and Sawyer escape. And Tom's like, what?
What?
What? we cut to a flashback.
Yeah.
This is the interview with Middle East Bioscience. This is chronologically Richard Alpert's first appearance on Lost.
Question.
Yeah.
Is it Dr. or Mr. Alpert? And then follow-up question, is he wearing eyeliner? Or is
No.
that just how he looks?
That
is just how he looks.
That is just
Really?
Nestor Carbonell's thick-ass eyelashes.
Dang.
They're
right?
gorgeous, aren't they?
Right?
They're just, like hypnotic. I couldn't look away.
I know.
Like, there's a standard that exists. Like, okay, so I'm not saying that men have it as bad as women, but there is a standard for male beauty that exists in Nestor Carbonell's eyes that none of us will ever be able to live up to.
Right. Yeah.
Ain't no way.
No, they're thick and they go out like a mile. It's not fair. This is the part where he's like, you knocked up a male mouse. And
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, but he didn't carry it to term.
strikes and gutters.
You don't understand. That was a male mouse.
Yeah, where'd he get a womb, though?
Was it even a womb? Like, was it just like, was she able to just impregnate it? Like, oh, well, it lives in your stomach now. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm curious. I want to know more.
There's got to be a deleted scene where he's like, how does this work? And she's like, if you want to know, just go watch the Arnold movie, Junior. I don't have time to explain this to you, Richard.
You can do anything to a mouse. Remember when they grew an ear on the back of a mouse? And they're like, we're going to be growing ears, and the best place to do it is on the back of a mouse. And scientists were like, go off, let them cook.
Slay.
During the interview, she has a bit of a breakdown. She's like, I can't, whatever influence my ex-husband Edmund has over me, that's going to prevent me from being able to do this. You know, I can't leave my sister, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, you know, we could do something to help you get out from underneath the influence. Yeah. And she's like, well, the only thing that would help me is if you got hit by a bus, like right before she starts crying and stuff. She's just saying, like, obviously, like, there's no way out is what she's trying to drive home to Richard. And then she bails and he's like, wait, no, babe, come back. Baby, come back. Come back to the Hydra. Juliet finds Kate and Sawyer on the cameras.
Ooh.
They're coming back to the Hydra
I love that
station.
it took her like 5 seconds to do it. And she's like, got him.
Yep.
Done.
There's 12 cameras on an entire island, and these chuckle fucks happen to be like in the view of one of them. She also like zooms in with like a knob, which is weird.
No, that's how you zoom. It's a knob. Didn't you know that? I'm surprised you didn't know that about cameras, JP, is that they got a little knob on it where you can zoom and just like...
Anyways.
They're coming back. Kate and Sawyer and Alex get up to this door, and Mac from It's Always Sunny is there.
What the fuck is going on?
Yes. Oh, I love it.
I had to stop, and I was like, is the gang in this one?
It was such a like special treat seeing Rob McElhenney like right there.
Is he in more of this show, or is this just a one-off?
Ooh. Can I throw this? So I did some experimenting with Chat GPT around this episode.
Oh, no.
And one of the questions I asked Chat GPT, does Rob McElhenney show up in any other episode of, Lost?
Lost, yeah.
And they're like, you're wrong. He doesn't show up in season 3. He's in season 6. I'm like, hold on. No, I'm right. And they're like, you're right. I'm so sorry for my misinformation. He's not in Lost. I'm like, no, that's also incorrect. So ChatGPT is doing great. I just want to throw that out there.
Oh. It's getting there.
This is the thing that's going to take over the world, huh? All right, well.
Aldo is his name.
Oh, and by the way, Aldo is reading A Brief History of Time by
Stephen Hawking, yeah.
Which is like so funny to me just because he plays like always such a doofus, like in Always Sunny. Like, and so is Aldo smart?
He obviously doesn't have like street smarts because he gets burned by the Wookiee prisoner gang.
Yeah.
But I think as part of like the Dharma Initiative or the others or whatever, he probably does have some sort of skill set that lends himself to this sort of like pseudoscientist utopia or whatever.
Yeah.
But we don't ever get to know too much about it. Aldo does appear in 3 episodes of Lost.
Oh.
So he will be back at some point, but he's a C tier at best other. My favorite part about this is that this episode aired in 2007. Always Sunny started in 2005, so people would have recognized him from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia on this and be like, it's Mac.
Well, yeah, he gets bamboozled by Alex and Kate and Sawyer. They take his keys. Kate threatens to shoot him in the knee if he doesn't tell him where Carl is. He tells him where Carl is. She knocks him out, and they go to room,
23.
Room 23 to go get Carl.
That's a movie, right?
Yeah, it's the one with Jim Carrey.
Perfect. Okay.
And then Carl's in the sickest rave that's ever been, baby! Yeah, dude, I was fucking digging this scene. I was like, can I volunteer to be put in this treatment? When the fucking beat drop, I was like, let's go.
The number one island destination getaway activity is getting a clockworked oranged.
It looks so fucking sick in there. I was like, that's just the kind of music I listen to. Those are the kind of glasses I want, but can never find on Etsy.
Oh yeah, he's got these like wonderful like blue light glasses. Oh, it's so good. Like they're clear glasses with blue lights inside.
And he's obviously getting like a liter of probably LSD or ketamine.
Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah,
Let's go.
And then it's got images and words. And actually, I wrote down all the phrases that pass by.
Oh shit!
Oh
Did you, like,
shit! Yeah,
pause it?
this is
I did.
this is some
This is
crazy
interesting.
shit.
I don't know if these are in order. I forget if they're exactly in order, but the words you see are plant a seed, or you will joyfully gather fruit. We are the causes of our own suffering.
That second one right there is less motivational than the first one.
Yeah. I think the next one, and I think I might have this one wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's just everything changes.
Yeah.
That's it. And then the last one is God loves you like he loved Jacob. So this leads me to believe, did praying the gay away just not work and they had to go to this? Like Ben really wants Carl to work for Alex, so you gotta make it
Jeepers.
work.
I went on to Lostpedia, and there's also some noises that are a woman's voice in reverse, and like there's some
Are there?
talk about time. We know that there's some weird stuff on the island, but now Mac was reading about time travel, and there's this weird thing that Carl's hooked up to, which is so different than everything else we've seen. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on here?
I mean, I don't know if like you guys would have gone to Lostpedia or Adam, if you remember this, but like, do you ever find out like what this experiment was supposed to do or like what they were trying to do here?
Nah, bruh.
Yeah, just having a good time.
Having a good time.
I do believe that Room 23 is one of those mysteries that never got solved. It was what do you call it? An unsolved mystery.
What do you call it? Lost, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those threads that they just kind of left dangling. But I think at the end of it, I don't think people were too upset about not finding out what was happening in Room 23. I think they were happy to hand wave it. Man, it was just some weird other shit they were into, you know.
Ben was just like, I don't know, man. Just fucking hook him up to some crazy shit.
It's like that. Yeah, he's just, I don't know. He's this weird kid, and I don't want him hanging around my daughter. Just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you freak him out a little bit? Like,
Turn him into the fucking Manchurian Candidate and call it a day.
Oh, actually, this is a throwback, but so the university they work at is Miami Central University,
Sure.
which is the initials are MCU.
oh, shit.
Is this just the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic
right.
Universe?
That's right.
Oh, fuck.
That's 100% right.
They're making an Ant-Man in that room, number 23. Yeah.
Number 23.
What do you
That's
got
what they're
going on
doing.
in there? We're making an Ant-Man. Are you just sewing 2 extra sleeves onto that kid's t-shirt while he's high on mescaline? Yeah, I'm high on mescaline too. Everything changes. Time it takes changes.
John Favreau's just dressed up like one of the members of the Blue Man Group, beating off in the corner.
Kevin Feige's got a notepad and he's just scribbling wildly. Oh, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. Write that down. Write that down.
Anyways, Danny wakes up, Aldo.
Where are they at? I don't know. They're over there. I got knocked out. I'm disoriented. Juliet tries to call off Danny. He's like, hey, change the plans. Ben said we can cut him loose. It's all good. Let him go. Let's just go chill. And Danny's like, I don't listen to women because I'm a misogynist. I'm doing whatever I want. Danny's really mad at the survivors because they killed his girlfriend.
Fucking dropped her like a sack of potatoes.
That would be good context because, yeah, I was just like, Danny's got a lot of blood loss going on for no reason.
Yeah.
And maybe he's a misogynist. He's just like, Juliet, I can't listen to her.
I think it's both. I think he's both filled with a bloodlusty rage and a misogynist.
Funny how often those two paths cross.
The Venn diagram, it's a circle. So yeah, he storms off and she's like, fuck. We cut to a flashback. Juliet talks to Rachel about the job and how it's not for her. She doesn't want to be so far away, you know?
Yeah.
And Rachel's like, but Juliet, your research works. I am so fucking pregnant right now.
Progenate.
And again, the cancer,
Yeah.
Now she just has to get better. That's it.
she does say, now I got to get better. That's step number
Yeah.
2. Step 1 was pregnant. Step 2 is better. There's a lot to be said about hope, in situations like that. Like, hope is a very important thing when it comes to, recovery for, especially from, now she got something to live for.
Hope's also a bad plan.
It does seem like maybe this could have been a little bit more well thought out. I'm not a doctor. So, awesome. Good news. The research works. She's pregnant. So Juliet's going to go rub it in Ed's stupid face. My next note here is just Ed is about to get hit by a bus.
Dude, it comes out of nowhere. It's such a
No,
good...
it doesn't. The bus is in the background.
Is there?
Yeah, it cuts to this, and the camera pans. The first thing you see is a city bus, and then you see Juliet. I'm like, oh shit, he is 100% going to get hit by that bus.
Oh, see, I missed it in the pan.
I missed it too.
You go back and watch it because, I'm sitting there. I'm like, when she said if he got hit by a bus, that would be really great. When she said that earlier, I was like, oh, he's 100% going to get hit by a bus.
Actually, opening the scene though, Edmund's talking with someone on his phone. He's having like this really weird conversation of it's something like, I forget exactly. I don't know if I wrote down the words, but like it ends up he's talking to his mom, and it's just like so bizarre and so weird. And it's
she's
so
like,
perfect.
he's like, well, you're withholding and you're kind of bitter, and just like slamming her. He's like, well, this is why I don't call home more often, Mom. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
But yeah, it's like so weird and bizarre. It's just like another reason why like the characterization of Edmund is so
We're
good.
learning so much about Edmund. He's a really tough relationship with his mom. Like he's just a world class puss hound. Like jeepers.
When Juliet tells him, that the treatment worked and that her sister is pregnant, he's like, that's and the words he's supposed to say are great, fantastic, awesome, cool, neat. But he's like, well, I need to see your labs. We gotta verify the data. And I was like, this guy's a real turd. And then he dies 10 seconds later. So I was like, oh, all right, well, at least we hated him right as he was dying.
Yeah. Mid-sentence, he does end up getting hit by a city bus, which is, I gotta say, pretty satisfying.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Come back to the Hydra. Jack is working on Ben. Now that everybody's going to get away scot-free, he can go ahead and actually proceed with removing the tumor and patching Ben up. They have a really quick conversation because Jack's got some questions. I don't blame him. So, you guys can just leave whenever. Why didn't you just take him to a place where they deal with shit like this? We're in a fucking veterinary clinic. Like, why?
And just as he's about to get answers to that...
Yeah.
This was so funny to me watching this. Like, yeah, he did he purposefully put Ben's life in danger. And I was like, oh shit. Oh no, I just nicked an artery. Yeah, this was an accident this time.
This time I did it. The first time I did it as a goof. You goofed? No, as a goof.
It's me when I started recalking my tub, bro. I was like, I have total control over this. And then I realized very quickly, this is a situation I do not have control of, and it is outside of my control.
Tom mentions the sky turning purple. We finally now have the context for that here on Lost on Lost. We have finally now seen Live Together, Die Alone. Yeah. And so now we do have the context for the sky turning purple. It turned
white
color.
At best.
It turned a very off purplish white. We now know that was the failsafe. It released some sort of gigantic electromagnetic thing, which you can assume now navigation is not what it used to be. This also only just happened a few days ago, and they've known that Ben has had a tumor for
a while,
longer than that.
Yeah.
So your timeline doesn't work here, Tom.
Right. Cut to the beach.
Carl and Sawyer and Kate and Alex have located a canoe with an outrigger, and they're gonna go back to the other island. Carl wakes up and he's like, Danny, and she's like, no, I'm Alex. And he's like, no, Danny's right behind you.
Danny.
And lo and behold, Danny is behind them. Holy shit.
And he's about to blow Sawyer away, and Juliet's like, hey, Danny! And then she puts 3 in the fucking 10 ring, just blam, blam, blam.
I do have to say, this is about the same range where the jungle scene is happening. Like, it's about the same distance. Yeah. Juliet just nailed it.
She's just that good. They should have brought her along in the first place because maybe she would have air-holed some other folk.
I love this transformation between who we know Juliet was and who she's become, because she's very timid before and now she's a bad bitch.
Yep. It's the wavy hair, straight hair transformation.
Yeah.
So Danny's fucking dead. Cut back to the operating theater. Jack needs Tom's help. Tom is squeamish around blood, which is pretty hilarious. Harkens back to when Hurley had to help Jack do surgery, and he was afraid of blood, and he passed out. That was really. I was hoping that would happen. I was hoping that they would just like Tom would just like slump over unconscious,
on top of Ben's back,
and Jack's just like, not again. God damn. Juliet cuts Kate and Sawyer and Carl loose, but she says that
Alex has got to stay.
You know your father. You have a curfew. You got to stay here.
When he gets out of recovery in a couple of weeks, he's going to be real dangerous again.
I'm going to get a real earful from him if I just let you go. Right. Even though we live on that island, and so when we're done doing surgery, I'm assuming we're all going to move back there, and we'll just be there. Together.
Anyways,
they crack open the radios. They're like, "Hey, what's up? We're leaving. Juliet's here to cut us loose. Okay, if you're really okay, tell me the story." And then Kay tells the story about the first time that Jack and her met.
Did your drapes? Sorry.
Oh my god, this story.
This is the first time you've ever heard the story, Gilligan. So
this is the first time I'm hearing the story. The setup to Kate telling the story is so funny to me because Jack's like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck up a surgery, and the only thing that is gonna get me through it is somebody else telling me a story about myself of how I'm great. Like that's it. It's so ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm fucking awesome.
You were afraid, and then you just stopped. You counted to 5, and then the fear wasn't there. And she was better.
You remember that you're the biggest, strongest doctor on the earth.
Like that's the entire story, though. It's insane.
That is pretty buck wild. It would be great. They cut back to him listening to the story, and his face just changed, and he just like smirks. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. We're done here."
Well, like, and also too, like, I don't understand the emotion Kate's going through as she's saying that story. Like, I don't know if, like, maybe this has some big personal meaning to her.
No,
but like, you're basically just telling this guy, "Hey, dude, you're amazing. Yeah, go on." But like, she's sobbing.
Tom, if you want Ben to survive, I need you to reach in my back pocket. What? Just do it. You feel something back there? Yeah. What is it? Oh my God, it's a Bonnie Taylor cassette. All right, put it on track 3. I need a hero. If you don't play that right now, this man's gonna die on the operating table.
But that is the equivalent. Like, he needs that.
Sometimes you just gotta gas up the homies to get through the
day. That's what this whole podcast
is. So yeah, tells him the story, and he's like, "Hey, I need you to make me a promise. Don't ever come back for me. Just leave me be. It's all good. Just bail." They sail away. Bye. Cut to a flashback. Who's Ed? Ed's dead, baby.
Dude,
Ed's dead.
I'm sorry. He got smeared on the sidewalk like cream cheese on a Long Island bagel. There's no way he is intact to identify.
In this scene, though, he's just got a couple bruises.
A couple widow bruises.
You can still have an open casket. It's fine.
This scene's got like a weird edit because this really just should have been with the back half of this, but we cut back to the operating room where Jack and Juliet had this conversation. He's like, "Hey, I got the tumor removed. You should do a biopsy." Jack's like, "What now? Just go back to my cell." And Juliet's like, "Yeah, until they figure out what to do with you." And he's like, They? Not what we?
Not we.
So what did Ben say to you? I want to know. You owe me the answer. I did a good doctor job.
She didn't owe you anything. Shut your face. You're a prisoner. Nobody owes you anything. You know, you judge a society by how they treat their prisoners, and et cetera. We don't have to get into that. This is just Lost. Cut to a flashback. And yeah, so it's still in the morgue. Ethan, big face Ethan.
It's a local skinwalker, Ethan.
This is one of Ethan's superpowers. He can just appear in places where the dead reside. So like he can just form out of nothingness in a morgue, any morgue, anywhere. He gives her a tissue, and Dr. / Mr. Alpert is there as well. He comes in, and they just kind of finish pitching her on the idea, like, "Hey, we know this is kind of fucked. Your ex-husband's dead, and you saw him die, and that's a traumatic experience regardless of how you felt about him. But that position is still open, and it's got great benefits." So
yeah, it's crazy. We were just gonna pitch you one more time, but then that thing that you said was holding you back.
That thing that you said that I didn't even remember that you said him getting. That's spooky weird coincidence, huh? That's weird. That's suspicious. That weirds her out, and honestly, it should.
Yeah.
But yeah, they finished recruiting, giving her a little recruiting spiel, which we know ends up working because she does end up going to the island.
And they say that, oh, by the way, it's not in Portland.
Drink.
Not quite in Portland.
That's true. They didn't say not in Portland. They said it's not quite in Portland. I was like, that's not the title. You should either change the line to, well, it's not in Portland, or change the title of the episode to not quite in Portland.
Quite in Portland.
Yeah.
It's not like they're ever worried about brevity of title in these episodes. What with things like all the best cowboys have daddy issues, and
Right. Man of science, man of faith.
Yeah, exactly. There's no place like home, parts 2 and 3. From there, we cut back to, the second half of the last half, or the second half of the last scene of the episode. You owe me an explanation, I'm Jack. You confirm. And she explains to him that she is a prisoner too. She's been on the island for 3 years, 2 months, so-and-so days. That's why she calls them they, because even though she's with them, she's not, with them.
Right, yeah. She basically walks off and just kind of leaves Jack standing there looking like an idiot.
Like a big doof. Yep.
That's it. Lost.
Not in Portland. They
No.
are not
Quite
in
in
Portland.
Did we like it? Was it good? That's what we're trying to figure out here. So, John, why don't you start us out? Did you like this episode, and do you think it was good?
I don't know. I'm in the middle. And I feel like that's such a wasted answer because I feel like I should pick a side of the fence to be on. But like there are some parts that I really enjoy. However, there are other parts that are just...
What were the parts that you really liked?
Like the buildup of the character of Edmund and actually showing Juliet's backstory and like how she interacts with all that. Love it. I mean, I still don't know that it fully gets her to like bloodthirsty Juliet who's like ready to drop Danny on a dime. But, at least you have a lot of the backstory there, which is, I think, is really neat. How they interwove that
Dropping
in.
Danny on a dime. That's triple D after we had Whisperin Wet Walt weeks ago.
I like that, though. That's something that we are seeing more often in TV shows now, is the explanation of, how their backstories inform the way that they behave. Somebody was describing how they had a really hard time getting into Ted Lasso, but they tried it again recently, and they were like, oh, I get it now. Hurt people. And it's like, Lost does do that a bit with Juliet.
You're right. Like it's a trend that is going on where it's like, it's nice that everyone has a story and that way you actually get to hear, more than just the main character. There's stories happening everywhere. So
meh, just good things, bad things. So averaged out to be a pretty meh experience for you.
Yeah, basically.
JP, your thoughts?
It's fine. I think it was good. I don't think it's very memorable.
Sure.
I think it just did a lot of driving the plot forward, not a lot of character stuff. You had the opportunity for a lot of really good like tension with a chase scene. Maybe Sawyer and Kate stay on the run for a while, and they're this buddy duo trying to survive in the jungle and evade the others. But we didn't. Everything was just kind of handed to them. Yeah. It was fine. There wasn't anything truly egregious in it.
Sure.
I don't think I'll remember it, but I thought it was fine. Yeah. Adam?
Just they had 3 months off. They need to set the table again, which is what they do here. They remind us of what the stakes are supposed to be throughout season 3. The stakes are generally pretty low impact until the second half of season 3. And they hand wave a couple of things. And I would pretty much echo exactly what you said. Not memorable. We're coming back to the show. Welcome back.
Yeah.
I think the only reason to really remember this episode would be Rob McElhenney's in it. It was like,
yeah. Him coming and Edmund getting hit by a fucking bus. That was pretty sweet.
that part's awesome. That and hilarious.
Well, then let's do Lost MVPs. Who is your favorite? Who got the gold star? Who gets the trophy, whether it be participation or genuine first place? John, who is your Lost MVP for not quite in Portland?
My Lost MVP is, a one-time MVP, posthumously awarded, however you say that word. It's Edmund. Like, he's just, what a great character. You just love to hate him. It's so good. And now he's gone.
That's an interesting take, that you love to hate him. I like that.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, he does a great job of being a real shitheel.
And like, again, like just the weird little things they gave him. It's just so good.
That's funny though. Edmund, who's a heel character, has now officially more MVPs than some of our named protagonists. Oh boy, that's gonna fuck with the numbers, and I love it.
I'm glad.
JP, who's your Lost MVP?
Carl, absolutely Carl. Listen, he was just straight up like, I gotta take a nap. He knows how to come down off a bender. Like, you're not supposed to go cold turkey, but when you do, you gotta sleep, you gotta drink water. He's just been in the rave, and he's like, you know what? This conversation's been great. I gotta take a nap. Like, I just had the most insane rave of my life. Catch you later.
I wish that they would have taken him out of room 23 and he had like a glow stick necklace on still,
Yeah.
like just like in the canoe, and it's like he's got body glitter and glow sticks on him.
He's got the, you know how people in offices now wear the blue light filtering glasses? He's got the blue light intensifying glasses. Like, give me more of that blue light, baby.
Like, or to have him like reach for the glasses as he leaves. Been great.
Yeah.
It's like, wait,
They're trying to bust him. I was like, 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes.
come on. You guys are fucking buzzkills.
Adam, who is your MVP?
Juliet, and here is the thing. Yeah, she's the main character, but it's not really for any of that. I know, like, in real life, assholes don't just deserve to be fucking murked, but, like, I hate Danny,
Sure.
and I'm glad that Juliet shot him. It's actually the Danny and Colleen thing. It's actually like a parallel of old Dan and little A. You know how like they died together because they were so in love, and so Colleen and Danny are such two shitty people that when Son and Juliet fucking airhole them, two of the worst people ever, killed by the two of the best people ever. Yeah, lost.
Yeah. They're 10 times more aerodynamic now. So the flip side of this coin, they lost forever. Who sucks shit? Who didn't do a good job? Who is terrible? Who is last in line for not quite in Portland? John, who is your lost forever?
I'm going to go with this, like the second half of Adam's answer for Juliet. It's Danny. Like,
Yeah.
Danny's just a piece of shit. Like, I mean, you know it right away when Sawyer's smashing his head into the electrical bear button.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
dude sucks. Don't feel bad for him. Clang, clang, clang.
Yeah, Danny fucking sucks.
JP, go ahead.
I'm going to give it to Sawyer.
Sure.
He got his one good line in there about, like, I'm fine
tell
too.
the
Or
boss
whatever. He had so many Sawyer, like, zingers in this one where I was just like, shut up.
Right.
You are not integral to the plot in this, so your only contribution is to be a shithead. Right.
And not everything's one-liners. Fucking knock it off.
I want you to stop.
It's interesting to have, like, usually your pop culture reference machine is like a goofy sidekick or something like that. It is interesting that Lost is like, our pop culture reference machine is a misogynist, racist, southern felon.
With a six-pack.
Yeah.
Adam, Lost Forever.
Ethan. That dude's weird. Like, quit being weird. Why every situation just is weirder every time? Like, if this situation's already weird. Hey, Ethan's here. Well, great. It's even weirder. Weird. Awesome.
H.P. Lovecraft. You'll see horrors beyond human comprehension and Ethan.
Oh my god. Oh, when you stare into the abyss, Ethan stares back.
That's a better joke. That's a better joke. Thank you. John, thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, because I came out, I prepared you guys a special treat.
Yeah?
I think I might have teased this before, but so I did some playing around with Chat GPT, and you know, just because AI is going to take over the world and you do everything for us, I was like, Chat GPT, please prepare some jokes for me to bring to this session.
Yes.
And I got some true gems for you.
Please
dear.
go.
All right, so I have 5 jokes in total. Are you guys prepared?
Yes.
No.
Give it to me.
Do it.
All right. Why did the fertility doctor go to the island?
Why?
She heard the beach was great for making sand babies.
All right. That's
Yep. All right.
Good start. Good start.
Number 2. What's the difference between Juliet and the others?
What?
The others actually know how to use their fertility treatments.
But
Don't. Yep.
but they don't.
But they
That's
don't.
why they
That's
need
why Juliet's there. That's why the recruiter. Because she knows they
ChatGPT,
know.
have you not been listening to the fucking podcast?
Clearly not. No. All right. You ready for number 3?
Yeah.
Why did the monster attack Jack, Kate, and Sawyer?
Why?
Because they didn't have an appointment with Dr. Juliet first. Isn't it? It's a gem.
These are good.
All right. So number 4. How do you know if you're a Lost fan?
How?
You get excited when a character's flashback episode finally answers some questions, but then you just have 10 more questions.
That's not even a joke. That's just like a statement about
just
this
fact.
show.
Right. That's just
That's just true.
that's just my Twitter feed.
So far, 1 out of 4 actually, not on jokes, but on actual useful stuff.
Right. That's pretty good. Yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready for the final one?
Let's have
Please.
it.
Why did Juliet's ex-husband leave her?
You had to catch a bus?
That's what it should have been.
Yeah.
He heard she was not in Portland and couldn't handle the long distance relationship.
You know, sometimes I watch Terminator and I think, man, we can't let the machines get the upper hand. And then I hear this shit and I'm like, I ain't worried about it.
They're not getting it the upper hand. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah. I did this because like everyone was like raving about like, oh my gosh, Chat GPT, because like I work in the tech industry, so like I see articles all the time like how it's going to change the face of everything, and you know it might.
Sure,
Just not right now. I mean, like that's why I had to try it. I was like, let's see what it knows.
Well, you know what? We're the only ones that make jokes about Lost around here. Fucking Bezos and Zuckerberg and all you motherfuckers. You're not replacing us with robots.
Damn straight.
Even though that is the joke with like Chat GPT and OpenAI is that they're going to automate making music and art and all that stuff so the humans can stay in the factories, which is the complete opposite of what the point of automated artificial intelligence is supposed to be. You're supposed to automate the factories so that we can just hang out and paint and drink and write songs and fucking.
You okay, Adam?
It's okay.
Do you need a minute?
Adam, what do we watch the next episode?
Excellent question. If you out there want to be lost with us, next time we will be watching Stranger in a Strange Land.
Oh.
Featuring everyone's favorite vacation good time boy, Dr. Jack Shepard.
Oh, is this one of the really bad ones?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm curious because we recently just did Expose, which is one of the bad ones, and we had just a rollicking good time with that. And I'm wondering if going back and watching Stranger in a Strange Land, we'll be like, okay, this one, maybe bad's not the right word. Pointless, maybe that's more the word.
Sure.
Because that's kind of what Expose was. But Expose's not bad. It's pointless. It's not bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, watch season 3, episode 9, Stranger in a Strange Land.
John, is there anything you'd like to plug?
This is going to be weird, but I'm going to plug the company I work for. Okay. I actually just recently started with a company called Paper.
Heard of it. Yeah, been there, done that. Paper.
Yeah. It was so funny when I told my daughter like I work for this company called Paper. She's like, "That's a bad name for a company."
Sick burn.
Fucking got him.
The Paper probably has nothing to do with your fan base because we are an education tech company that does 24/7 tutoring for students.
Oh shit, that's awesome though.
Pretty cool. Yeah, no, it's nice. And we sell to districts. We don't sell to individuals. So the whole idea and our whole mission statement is to equality in education.
Yeah.
So, right, the idea is that if we're selling to individuals, right, we'd only sell to the rich people, the people who can afford us. But if we sell to districts, now that entire district has access to this extra resource. So yeah, I just honestly I love being there. I love working there.
Well, we will toss a link to that on our socials and on the episode description.
Thanks for taking the time, John. It was great to catch up with you and see your face.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen you guys in it's been way too long. Too long to even count, but
it's been a damn minute.
I miss you guys.
Yeah,
you guys are wonderful people.
Yeah, we'll have you back for sure because this was a blast.
Yes.
So,
all right. Well, thank you all out there for tuning into this episode of Lost on Lost.
Yep. I'm Adam.
I'm JP.
Do you have any idea what's going on the show?
Nope.
Me neither. Lost on Lost is produced and edited by me and JP.
We wish to acknowledge that we live, work, and produce our show on occupied land.
Burbank, California is located on the traditional tribal lands of the Tongva, Chumash, Kizh, and Fernandino Tataviam peoples.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin is located on the traditional tribal lands of the Peoria, Potawatomi, Miama, and Ho-Chunk peoples.
And Lost was produced in Hawaii on the lands of the Kanaka Maoli.
Visit native-land.ca to learn more about the land you live and work on.
You can engage with us on IG, Facebook, and Twitter at Lost on Lost 1.
You can also email us at wearelostonlost@gmail.com or support us with dollar monies at coffee.com/wearelostonlost.
Thanks to Lostpedia and its community of contributors, Danny Schmitz, random.org, and as always, you the listeners for tuning in.
We're hosted at Podbean. You can hear us there or wherever you get your podcasts, except MySpace. We're not on MySpace.
Yet.